Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome to episode 127 of You Don't Win Anything with Kids. First things first, we have got a match coming up against, is this Benfica? I think this is Benfica. SLB. Benfica? Yeah, Benfica. They got Rodrigo up front. Rodrigo, good player. Interested in signing him if I can afford him. But yeah, that's who we've got. We got Benfica. But I have some good news for you guys. Remember at the end of last season where I said Bobo was leaving and I'd maybe try and sign him on loan for the season? Where is he? There he is. Julio Santos Bobo da Silva is on loan to us for the season from Montpellier. We're paying half his wages, Montpellier making up the other half. And it's just brilliant. He nearly failed a work permit, so we're lucky to actually have him here. But it's just brilliant. We've got him back for at least another year. And at the end of this season, I might even be able to put in a money bid for him and sign him back permanently. It's just fantastic. The option is there still. And he's kept his number 12 because I couldn't let him go. You know, as soon as he came back, I had to give him his number back. So he's got number 12. You'll also notice a couple of other loan players. We've got Leonardo Capezzi from Fiorentina. He's on a season-long loan, centre midfielder, got good stats. We've also got Mario Pugliese from Fiorentina, season-long loan, midfielder slash centre-back. So he fills the Saville role, really. And again, good stats. And we've got Randy Huis, centre-back, left-back, right-back. So he's almost like the Webster kind of player. But again, good stats. So we're doing well. Player-wise, we're doing well. Not much in the old news screen. We got a bid accepted for Thomas Callas, but we don't really need him. Let's go back to his stats. Nope, that's reports. Stats, there we go. Yeah, we don't really need him. I wonder who else they put in bids for. No one. Morrison looks like he's on his way out though, hopefully. So that's a positive. St Mirren putting in a bid. But let's focus on this. Let's focus on Benfica. Right. Quintaka's still not back from international duty. He's missed so many games for us recently. And Villa's out as well, so we're going to have to get rid of that window. Go away. We'll have to put Klopmas on the right, like so. Jones on the left. Oh, I didn't mention the players we got in on trial as well. Gregory van der Wiel. Yoon Suk Young. I don't want to say that wrong, for obvious reasons. Stephen Taylor. There's Andrews still. Jason Punchin. And we did have Adebayor, but I think he went to Feyenoord. So, he's gone. But yeah, we got these players on trial just to fill the bench a little bit. Hopefully some of their experience gets passed on to some of our players. That's the only reason they're there, really. They're not going to be with us at the start of the season. They will be leaving. Let's have Cartwright there, and we'll have Howlett Mundell on that side. I don't want to do this to Stevens, but his star rating has dropped this season. So he's going to be more of a fringe player. Howlett Mundell's going to be the main man in defence. And I do feel bad because Stevens has performed well for us. But these things do happen in football, unfortunately. Let's give Pugliese a go in midfield. What positions does he do better? Oh, he does well in all of them. That's good. We'll put Capezzi on this side and assume that he is the same. He'll probably be better on this bit, actually. No, he's the same, but Pugliese's good there too. So that's cool. Wingers. Right, we'll have Bobo on the right. So that's where he's going to be playing quite often now, down that right-hand side. Beckhold down the left. In fact, I might reduce Bobo to the bench. Looking at it, we'll put someone else who's a bit fit. Oh! I forgot about the other player I've signed. Chuck Zaniki. Free transfer. Saw him on the free transfer list. Had to sign him. He is a very, very good player. He could be Premier League quality, as you can see. He's our second highest rated centre midfielder, according to Huntington, behind Pugliese. He's on the same level as Mantum and Delamond. And that's brilliant. That's what you want. And he can also play attacking midfield in those crises moments. So he's in the squad as well. I completely forgot about him. I feel really bad. But yeah, he's there. Drusen, you're going to play on the right. And then up front, well, Morgan and Campbell, obviously. There's Morgan. And there's Campbell. Let's see what Huntington thinks about our bench. So he's gone for O'Brien, Stevens, Delamont, Francois, Hogan, Douglas Pringle, Wilson, Grant, Bobo, Jones, Andrews and McGregor. Who's he missed? He's missed out Randy. I might put Randy on the bench. Actually, who could I take off? I'm gonna leave him out actually. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him out. But I want to put Aniki on the bench. So I'm gonna put him in instead of Andrews. And there we go. 5 minutes in. Whoops. A bit late going into the match on this one, but we're going to do it now. So let's do it now. We've actually had a pretty good pre-season so far. In terms of training-wise and player stamina-wise, we've had a good pre-season. I should point that out. Results-wise, we've lost a couple and we've drawn a few. We haven't won that many, which is kind of worrying. But again, the players aren't up to absolute match fitness and 100% sharpness. So, you know, I'm not massively worried about that right now. As long as they're ready for when the season kicks off, which I think's it's either the next match or the match after, I believe. As long as they're ready for that, then there's no problem. It's not an issue right now anyway. Drewson with the shot, saved by Muriel. I don't want to call him Muriel, he sounds like an old woman. But yeah, if that's his name, then I suppose that's his name, isn't it? Yeah, looking for a good performance here from the boys, building up to the season opener. Anything that will be in the way of a confidence booster and a morale raiser would be nice. We are at Stamford Bridge again. Still not happy with that. I will check after this match actually when our stadium's going to be completed, because I'm adamant that it's not that long after the season kicks off. I'm sure that's what it said. It was like October or November, something like that. I really hope that that's still the case. Oh dear. We've injured one of their players. Marcus Rocher. Rocker. Probably Rocher. That was Beckhold who did that. Don't blame me, blame Beckhold. Lars diving in like that. So yeah, his pre-season has been heavily affected by that. Jones has had a good pre-season for us actually. He scored a cracking goal against Altrincham. And he set up a good goal against Altrincham as well. So he's done really well. I don't think he's missed a match either, which is fantastic. Because normally he's the one who gets injured or really fatigued and has to drop out. But he's kept in the squad. He's done really well. He's definitely our first choice left back still. He's got more competition now. Klopmas is raising his profile. Or Campbell. Good effort. Yeah, Klopmas is raising his profile, which is why he's playing right back now, because he scored a good goal a couple of games ago as well. And we've also got Huys come in as well, who can play left back. Dodd. I think the arrival of Dodd is what spurred Jones on, because before that we had no one else really who could play left back. Whereas although Dodd isn't a brilliant left back, just the fact that he was there and a second choice, it sort of puts the player on his toes a little bit. So he ups his game, makes sure he plays better, and then forces his way back into the team. And that's basically what happened. And since then, Jones has been unstoppable. I wish we could do the same for Villa, really. We could maybe now, again, with the arrival of Huys. And even Klopmas again, stepping his game up. I mean, Villa's not in the team today because he's not got great stamina. But Klopmas filling in the role, there's definitely competition going on. And Webster, he can also play left and right back. So the pressure is definitely on our players to start performing, because everybody's replaceable in this team. You look at players like Tomlin, how well they did for us at the start of last season, and yet he's gone now. He's left. He was released even. He wasn't even, he didn't transfer out, he was released, because I didn't want him anymore. Because when I brought him on towards the end of the season, he just wasn't performing at the same level. So he scored a hat-trick against Tranmere, first game of the season, and then just tailed off. Scored a couple of other goals, I suppose, but his performance levels I didn't feel were the same. So he had to go. And Morrison, same thing with him. He started off really well for us, and then his performances tailed off. The only one who hasn't really done that recently is Campbell. His performances have been getting better and better, and that's good to see. But then I always believe that he has the potential to push himself higher in the first place. Actually, Howlett Mundell as well. He's had a good run for us, because he looks like he's going to be our first choice centre back alongside Cartwright now, in the absence of Stevens. They're playing like me on FIFA at the moment. They're trying these really ambitious, lofted through balls. They're not really working. But then we are playing against one of the top teams in Portugal, who are playing a pretty strong first 11. So the fact that we're nearly half an hour in and it's still 0-0, and we've actually had 3 shots, 2 of which on target, I really am nitpicking to make complaints. There's Pugliese, good shot, just over the bar. Need to make more chances. Need to get more of the ball as well, because they're dominating possession, and that doesn't happen to us very often. Definitely need more chances though. Looking at some of their players, they've got Kurt Zuma, they've got Nelson Oliveira. They got some good players. Rodrigo up top. Muriel in goal. I might laugh at his name, but I know he's a very, very good goalkeeper. Of course, Benfica, they knocked Spurs out of the Europa League this season, and did it quite convincingly too. Actually, well, I mean, the first leg was convincing. The second leg was a bit touch and go. But the point is, they won. They saw it through to the end. So we need to be on our toes here. We need to keep a watch out, because they will sneak in behind. And Rodrigo's got a very powerful shot. And the players around him are very, very technically skilled as well. But then we've got King in goal, our second best goalkeeper. Look at that kick. Launches it up in the air. Nearly straight down onto the head of Beckhold. He seemed to back out of that one a little bit. I am going to make a sub, because I am looking at Drusen and he's looking a bit tired, and Grant is so quick when he gets going. So I am going to bring him on. I've said this about Grant in the past. He had a bit of an unfair start. I dropped him quite a lot. He had a couple of sendings offs and he made a few mistakes, and it really, really affected my judgment of him. But since then, I've brought him back into the team, and you saw him last season. He was unstoppable in some cases. I mean, look at that. Turn of pace, great ball in. Morgan probably should have scored that. What? I mean, yeah, a player like that who can't even get in your first team, that's just fantastic. He is such a good player. I can't wait to see him play in the team more often. That right midfield position, I know we've got Bobo back on loan, doesn't mean he has to play every game. Grant can make that right side midfield position his own this season, and he's certainly got the ability to do that. You know, we got players like Carrinho and Drusen as well who can play down there, but I think it's Grant's to lose. You see there a cross in from the left hand side, and again, I mean, it didn't get on the end for anyone, but it wasn't a bad ball in. It was in the right area. That was Klopmas having a little pop. Another good effort. I'm going to make another sub because Cartwright's looking a bit peaky. Where is Hogan? There he is. Any midfielders? I'm going to bring Chucks on, and I'm going to take off Capezzi. I like Chuck Zaniki. He's my kind of midfielder. In real life, he plays for Crewe on loan at the moment from Arsenal. He plays just behind the striker, or sometimes as a second striker, and he's scored a hat full of goals for them at the moment. For me, I like him as a midfield player. I see him as like a Yaya Toure kind of midfielder. He can get forward and attack, but he's also strong in defence. That's how I see him, and that's how he seems to play on here as well. So my views of him are pretty accurate. Beckhold with a clever ball to Campbell, who sort of misread it there by the looks of it. Is that Paulinho as in Tottenham's Paulinho? Probably is. There's Jimenez. Rounds the keeper, but can't put it in. I think King did just enough there to put him off. And he seems to have just dinked that one forward. Luckily, our defence was a bit more alert. And that's a good ball from Klopmas through to Campbell. There's Adam Campbell. Oh, he scored! Adam Campbell. 68th minute. Jeffreys United are beating Benfica. You couldn't make it up. What a ball that is. Good touch there. Another touch to steady himself, and then just drives it past the keeper. Fantastic finish. Very, very well played. Oh, I'm really pleased for him there. That was a good goal. Let's hope we can build on that now. There's Pugliese. Out to Grant, who swapped wings with Beckhold again. Into Jones. Let's get to see a test of Jones's mettle. Exchanges passes with Pugliese again. Look at that, he's just jogging down the line. Delivers a whipped ball into the box, and there's Campbell again. You guys might hear me clapping there. That is a fantastic ball from Jones, and Campbell turn brilliantly, finish sublimely. Look at that. First touch to control it. Bang. He is going to be so lethal for us this season. I cannot wait for the league to kick off with Campbell and Morgan up front. It's going to be so much fun. And what's brilliant about it is, okay, Campbell might have cost us over £1 million, but the way we're paying it in instalments, it's cost us next to nothing, really. Our budget more than stretches across it, and Morgan only cost us, was it £300,000, which, I mean, that's perfectly realistic for a League One team. So, we haven't broken the bank to bring these players in. Aniki was a free transfer. Pugliese, Bobo, Hoyce, Capezzi, they're all loan deals. Again, perfectly realistic. Howlett Mundell again was expensive, but he came under the same bracket as Campbell in that it's very much affordable. If you add bonuses and things onto it, it becomes like a realistic transfer. And you know, players like Becko, Grant, Jones, Hogan, Klopmas, King, we had them to start with. So, you know, if anyone wants to try and replicate this series in their own game, you might not have the initial starting lineup that we had, unless I find a way that I can upload the database. You won't have that starting lineup, but these players are very, very, very easy to sign as a League One team. The budget might be an issue, but the reputation of the club should be enough. My Portsmouth team, I managed to get Morgan to sign on a free transfer when I was in League One, so it is more than doable. More than doable. Right, let's waste some time. Let's make some subs. I fancy bringing on Jones up front. And Wilson up front. I've no idea if these are the right way round, by the way. Delamond in midfield alongside Aniki. Where's Webster? Did I see him just now? Is he? I thought I saw him. Maybe not. Or have I already brought? No, I haven't already brought him in, have I? I've got no sub wing backs. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, so I'll just bring Bobo on for Beckhold. Swap him over with Grant again. Stevens for Howlett Mundell. And O'Brien for King. Bosh. Done. Right, Jones gets his head to that. Heads it away. Campbell could pick that one up, actually, and he very, very nearly did. That's offside, but the Leroy Fair missed the ball anyway, so that's okay. Here come our substitutions. Dave Jones, he's one that I'm tempted to bring into the first team fold for the season, but we have so many strikers and I'm not 100% sure he can cut it. I know he's going to be more likely to play for us than Morrison, because Morrison's on his way out. And he chased that one down pretty well as well, forced a mistake from the defender. But I'm not 100% sure on him. I'm not sure what his stats are like. See if I can have a quick look at them here. See, he's only got 1 star, expected to rise to 3 stars. So he could be a fringe player for us, I suppose. Anyway, I digress. The main thing is, we have beaten Benfica 2-0 at home. 8 shots, 6 on target. That's a very, very good strike rate. I know Benfica had, was it 15 shots, 4 on target, but, you know, if they're not scoring, then it's not a problem for us. Right, let's go through this news screen quickly, because Van der Wiel has left us. He was on trial with us, but he has now gone to NAC Breda. Morrison We're paying him £2,000 a week, but he has now gone to St Mirren. So that's good. And yeah, our next match is at home to the MK Dons in League One. And the final thing I'm going to do is check when our stadium's going to be ready. Oh, March. 13th of March 2017. It's a mile away. Training ground's going to be completed in August though. 25th of August, so that's not too bad. But yeah guys, that basically ends this episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.